Okay, hey everyone, it's Dev from the Maniology team with our weekly live every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. You can find us here on another nail stamping journey, whether it's a tutorial, technique, or hack. We're here to discuss the details with you, and we're so happy you could join. Thank you everyone for giving me a moment while I, adjust the camera. Every single time we come in and do the lives, like usually there's like a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of camera shift that I have to do. So I think someone said that we got like tin drum acoustics going on. So today for this live, we are going to be coloring. Oh my gosh, it's already happening. I haven't even started talking about what we're supposed to be doing, and I'm getting all tongue-tied. Okay, so basically today we are going to be reviewing all of our green stamping polishes that are cream finish. So this is part one. If you notice that there are some colors missing, it might be because it's only sold in a collection. It's not sold in an individual. So yeah, there's a lot of greens here. What you guys cannot see is that we're actually going to be doing 14 colors. So you're going to be here with me for a second. So get comfortable, grab your snacks, grab a drink, whatever you need, because we have a lot to discuss today. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. I think the best way to do this is to maybe do the color swatches first, and then we'll do the stamped swatches after. Yes, so for people who are like, hey, we've been getting so many XYZ for Mani by Me, how come we don't get this color, that color? Take a look at our inventory. I think right now we have probably like maybe 300 colors, and there's only about 10 major color categories, I want to say, that are considered attractive to most people. Again, we could bring a whole bunch of ranges of brown in there to add to the Maniology collection, but it turns out y'all don't really like brown that much. Or like, those weird like mustardy colors, which are beautiful and great, but again, not everybody's favorite. So we try to bring in colors that a lot of people would be attracted to. So again, we have quite a large selection because most people love colors blue, green, purple, and pink. I feel like those are probably the most popular colors. See, yes, Tiana, I'm with you. We'd love to have a brown collection. The Maniology team likes a lot of neutral colors. We like a lot of black. We like a lot of browns. But you guys also have to love it too, because we can't just be, bringing this all in just for the four of us on the marketing team. Okay, so again, we have so much to start from. I think I am going to start over in this range. Let's rearrange some of the colors so that way we have like a pretty gradient scale going on. So some of these colors are going to be available as individuals. Some of these are going to be available as in collections, and some of them are discontinued completely. Not the ones that we're swatching today. All the colors that we have today they're not discontinued. They are available for purchase. But yeah, let's hop into it because we got a lot to discuss today. Here I am trying to like arrange the polishes too to make it pretty so you guys have something nice to stare at while we're working on this. Like, how? What is the range? Here we go. I feel like that's pretty good. Not really sure, but we'll just go with it and see what happens. Okay, so the first color up is Pasture. So this is a part of our new collection. I believe it was called Forager. Today I am using very large clear tips. However, no one has clear nails like these clear tips. So just keep that in mind. Whoops. I feel like we need some music or something. Fortunately, I only have my current device, so if I played music, it'd have to be from my laptop, and I just feel like it wouldn't sound very nice. So all of these are stamping polishes. In case you guys didn't know, these are all stamping colors. And the first color we just swatched was Pasture from our Forager collection. So I will put it there. We're gonna do the stamp swatches after. So this is B416 Pasture. The next color we're gonna do is Spanish Moss, B243. This is actually one of my favorite colors. I just think it's such a pretty green. And for those of you who are maybe a little bit later, or joined us a little bit later, you can always rewind the live in real time. That is the best thing about YouTube, is that it has the option to rewind. So in case you missed anything, you can always just go back and, you know, rewatch it. And again, don't even worry, while that's happening, we're gonna keep going with our live and eventually you'll catch up. So Spanish Moss B243. The next color is Ducky B280. And this was a part of our Mani by Me subscription box. I think that month we gave a dinosaur themed box. So again, all of these are stamping polishes. As you can see, they're very opaque, considering that I painted it over clear tip. This is kind of a one coater, or this is a one coater. It's not kind of, it is. Because stamping polishes need to be thicker, so that way when you stamp them, you know, the amount of polish that you're using when you stamp is so little. So it has to be a lot more opaque to show up. The next color is Mint B366. So this was also inside our Mani by Me box, and I believe the theme for that was aromatherapy. So a lot of times people are like, why do you guys bring, oh, sounds like we got some commentary from my puppy in the background. But a lot of people always ask, why does Maniology bring in some similar colors? Part of the reason we do that is because sometimes you just need that slight shade difference. And I wonder if you guys can really see it. Okay, yeah, you can. So take a look at these three colors. They are similar looking, but they are different. So even in the bottle, you can kind of see the differences. Let me put them together. So Pasture is the lightest, and then Mint is an in-between Pasture and Spanish Moss, and then Spanish Moss is the darkest out of all three. It doesn't seem like it, especially when you're looking online on a computer, but in person, I can guarantee you they are different colors. And here, let me even line them up, so that way it makes it a little bit easier. And so part of the reason we have the slightest like change is because sometimes you need that very slight difference. It seems silly, it seems crazy, but I promise you, for those of you who are, you know, deep in the stamping game, you know that the slightest shade difference sometimes makes all the difference. And that's part of the reason why we bring these colors in, because we want to show you, you know, if you need a very particular shade, we've got it for you. Again, 300 colors, 14 cream greens. We're really trying to give you everything. And I think someone mentioned something about a dark green. Don't worry. Hint, hint. We've got something exciting coming your way. The next color I wanted to show you is Sour Apple B378. And everyone's like, why do we have so many blues? Why do we have so many greens and pinks and purples? it's because those are probably the most popular colors to use, or like maybe the most well-liked and probably the most purchased type of colors. Again, we love browns, but it seems like, you know, a lot of the Maniology community maybe doesn't need as many browns as they do different shades of greens. So these are our first 5 colors. Now let's go on to, our next shades, which these are like our mid-tone shades, I want to say. So the first one is going to be Food Fight. Actually, no, I would prefer to do Lime Pine instead, because I feel like it goes well with our pretty green gradient that I'm making. See, yeah, we have so many greens, and you do need them all. I have a question. If we decided to create like gradient type of stamping collections, so for example, maybe we put 3 green polishes together that we've already, you know, launched, but then put them in a collection like this or something like that. Would that be something that interests you guys? Or even another idea is, what if we did a manicure or a live where it's just like one color? For example, 3 different shades of green in one manicure, or 3 different shades of blue. Basically like a all blue manicure with different shades, or all green manicure with different shades. Would that be something that you guys would want to watch? Gradient collections would be great. Manicures that is just focusing on one color would be fun. Okay. So you guys are into it. So this is Seedling B429. This is a new color. This came out with one of our stamping for cause plates. Stamping in shades of one color. Oh yeah, you guys are totally into it. All right, well that's a fun idea. So maybe we'll have to revisit that soon. The next color we're gonna take a look at is Food Fight B287. So this is a really fun, bright green. Ooh, kind of should have painted that a little nicer. I was getting all crazy with my with my swatching. Oh, purple. We've got purple galore. I'm sure we'll have to do a stamping comparison / swatch comparison with our purples, because we have so many colors. Yes, Food Fight is a very, very bright green. So if you're looking for a neon green look, this is going to be your best friend. Let's do our next set of 6 colors, and these are our darker shades. I'm going to start off with Pistachio B407. Okay, so it's so funny, like Tiana and I were talking, we're like, do we include pistachio in greens or yellows? Because it's kind of yellow, it's kind of green, what is it? And at the end of the day, we decided it should be in the greens because, well, it's named Pistachio. It just seems more like a green. And that was how we decided that. A lot of times when it comes to like the color stuff, it's kind of like a, what do we feel? So this is Pistachio. The next color is Rhine, and this was inside an August Mani by Me box that was all about picnic themed designs. Also, I believe if you guys are ever looking for color comparisons, I think we have a playlist. Maybe Tiana can can answer that question, but I think we have a playlist on our YouTube that has all the color comparisons. Oh, thanks T for helping out and answering that question for me. So this is Rhine B346. Look at all our greens. Aren't they pretty? Oop, whoops, almost lost one there. So fun. The next color is Lily Pad B191. This is an OG color. So if you have been following us from the Bundle Monster days, this was part of our very second stamping polish collection ever created. So this was in our Brights collection, I want to say. Back then, it was a struggle to bring in so many stamping colors. We were just, you know, new, trying to find our way, trying to find the right balance and formula for stamping polish. And now look at us. We've got so many colors, we can't even we can't even have them all in one video because you'd be here literally like all day. So this is Lily Pad B191. That green gradient is so pretty. I wish I had like a huge metal container so that way I could stick all the tips on and I could line it all up so you guys would be able to see it perfectly, because again, we have so many green polishes that it can't all fit on, like, you know, my tip stands. The next color we're gonna do is Pine. So B298. This is a very pretty emerald green if you're looking for a nice, like, cool bluish green. This is great for pine trees. That's why we named it Pine. Or anything that you need to be emerald color. This is so pretty. Also, green is one of my coworkers' favorite colors. She loves green. I don't know if you guys have met her before, but she is the person who is responsible for writing a lot of the things that you see on our site or in like your Mani by Me cards. That's why we say make sure that you always read those insert cards that we carry, because there's a lot of love and care that goes into a lot of the product, well, into all the products that Maniology creates. So this is Greenhouse B328. This was a part of an old Mani by Me box from 2 years ago. And you can see Greenhouse and Pine look very, very different, where Pine is a lot more emerald and has a lot more blue, and then Greenhouse is a bit more muted. Oh, Tiana says Greenhouse is one of her favorites. The last color we're going to be doing is Crisp B349. And this was also part of a Mani by Me box that happened, oh wow. Really, last 2 years ago? I'm reading some of these labels and I'm like, whoa, seriously? Time flies when you're having fun. So that's probably the reason why. Yeah, Tiana, it was autumn. But I thought it was like autumn this year. Not this year, but last year. I didn't know it was like 2 years ago. So again, this is Crisp B349. Another lovely green. So I'm going to put some of the colors that look similar next to each other so that way you can see the differences. So Lily Pad, Rhine, and Crisp. Similar but different. Lily Pad is a lot more like green, like a yellow green, I want to say, or almost like a lucky green. This is more of a brownish, yellowish green. This definitely, crisp looks like it could be in a brown category, but it is a green. It's like a very strong army green to me. And fun fact, majority, well, okay, I recently was made aware of the colors that were in my closet, and it turns out that the only color that I really wear besides black, white, and nude is this shade of green. I didn't realize how many green things I had until I started like going through my closet, and literally they're all like this shade, this shade. They're pretty much all this shade of like army green. I don't know why. I guess I just am in a forever fall palette and I love green. So, well, okay, maybe not every shade of green, but I love this army shade of green. So I'm going to show you all what the colors look like. Hopefully they don't get all crazy and stuck to each other, because again, there's quite a bit. So there is 14 colors of greens swatched out for you all, so you can take a look and see all of them together. We have tons. So let's get into the stamping swatches, because I'm sure you all are very curious to see what that looks like. And I will try my very best to get it right on the first try, but if I don't, everyone send me that good stamping juju, because I'm really gonna need it right now. Because we're about to do a whole bunch of stamping, and I have oily hands, so because I don't want to have dry cuticles on camera in front of everyone. Macro up close so everybody can see my dry cuticles. So that's part of the reason why we are just gonna wipe some of these caps a little bit, just so that way I get any of my little oils off. I don't want to accidentally have any difficulty stamping, because I feel like there's been times when I did the stamping comparison with everyone, and because my hands, you know, they usually get oiled up right before the live, it was so much fun to stamp after I touched all the caps with my oily hands, and it became very, very much lemon difficult. So I don't want lemon difficult today, so I'm just gonna take the time to wipe the caps, and unfortunately, you guys are just gonna have to be patient with me a little bit. Okay. Now let's get into it. Everyone send me good stamping juju, so that way the stamping gods are going to be on my side today, and it's not going to be lemon difficult. We don't want that today. Have my trusty sticky stamper station near me, and I'm going to be using plate M284. So if you're not familiar with this plate, you should definitely check it out, because there's all kinds of really cool like splatter and paintbrush marks. I think I want to do this design because I love the M, and I don't know, I just want to do it because it's so circular, so I kind of like that too. Let's start off with pasture. I don't know why I'm cleaning all the sides, like it's not gonna get on anything. Pretty, yay, okay. Off to a good start, I'm feeling confident. So that is the first one, Pasture. You can take a look. It looks very nice on black and white. I mean, obviously on white it's a little bit harder to see because it's such a light color, but if you wanted to do that, you could. I don't recommend it. I would say that, like, if you're using light, super light colors, sometimes it's better to use them on mid-tones or dark tones so you have stronger contrast and you can see the design a lot easier. Okay, on to the next color. Let's do mint. So I am being very, very generous with the amount of stamping polish I use because we have a whole warehouse of stamping polish. So, you know, we don't have to cut corners here. Probably should have taken away that excess next time. So this is the next color. This is mint. Yep. Again, both very cute on black or white. However, much, much more vibrant over mid-tones or even darker colors. Ducky is your next color, and let's see what that looks like. I'm gonna remove some of this excess so that way it makes it a little cleaner when I stamp. Oops. Okay, well, not everything transferred perfectly, but you get the idea. So this is a good green to do over light colors or dark colors, but at least on a light color you can see it because this color is dark enough so that way there's a stronger contrast. Next is Spanish moss. I'll make sure I clean this up so that way we have a true color swatch or true stamping swatch. Don't want to have any of that leftover polish inside my design. So how's everyone's day going? I hope you're having an amazing day. I have a very busy day. Oh, did you guys stop giving me good stamping juju? We ended up with a not nice one. So let me try and see if we can wipe this off. I don't recommend doing what I'm doing, and you probably won't need to either because you're not on a camera having to stamp and swatch all these things. So you're also probably not going to have oily hands. But don't wipe these caps with alcohol or acetone. And try not to wipe the stickers because, again, it's not meant to be used that way. I'm just doing it because my hands are very, very oily since I'm on camera, but again, I do not recommend this. Yay! Okay, Lovely. Let me tighten the cap so you guys can see. Definitely prettier on the lighter color versus the darker color. You can really see the shade well. Then let's go into, which colors did I do after this? I think I went for sour apple. I really like this color. It's very pretty. It's a really nice green. So I know that everyone is in different time zones, which might be a good idea for me to now ask, what did everyone have for dinner? Or what are you making for dinner if you're gonna cook tonight? Because I need to make dinner and I need some ideas. Aw. Let me try one more time. I think I moved a little too slow. Burgers? Taco Tuesday. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. I'm hungry. I didn't eat yet. Vegan nachos also sounds amazing. Harissa marinated beef smoke. Oh my gosh. Y'all can cook, huh? Taco Tuesday. Turkey tacos and Spanish style rice. Wow, everybody celebrates Taco Tuesday? I need to jump on it. What do you use to clean the stamping plate with? I'm using 100% acetone to clean the stamping plate. Grilled chicken, leftover pot roast. Ooh. These all sound amazing. Well, I don't know what's happening. My stamping juju. Lemon, difficult. As you can see, both beautiful on black or white, very vibrant. A true Granny Smith apple green. Beef ravioli, that sounds so good. Unfortunately, my husband does not eat beef and I don't eat fish, which is ironic because I'm like half Hawaiian and on top of that I live on an island, so we have amazing fresh fish, but just not a fan of it. I don't know why. Raw fish is also very, very popular here. The raw fish though, I won't lie, it smells pretty good to me. It's just like cooked fish. I'm really not into it. Let's do lime pine next. But yeah, I definitely need some dinner ideas. So tacos sound great. I would love to eat some tacos. I wish someone else, not me, could make them though. Oh, someone said they can't live without, Josie said she can't live without poke. Like a true local girl. And in case you're wondering, it's not pokey, it's poke. Because Hawaiian language is pronounced differently. And it's not poke either. So this is lime pine. A very, very vibrant green. Pasta and fish. Pasta also sounds good. I have been on a kick making spinach jam, that's what I call it. And it's basically sauteed spinach with bacon bits, onions and garlic, and then I take like a cooking scissors and then I cut it up really small after I've like cooked it down. And I just put it in the refrigerator and put it on my toast, put it with my eggs, put it in pasta. Oh my gosh, I love putting it in pasta. And my favorite way to put it in pasta is you make a soy sauce butter pasta, and then you throw in a nice healthy spoonful of that spinach jam mixture, and you mix it all up, and it's so good. So this is our seedling color. This is also, to me, this is like a quintessential true green. Ooh, that's a cool idea. Rosa said she likes to do different themed weeks. So like all Italian one week, all Mexican another week. Rosa, where do you live? Do you want dinner guests? Because I am interested. Gravy chicken in Indian style. Cauliflower ceviche. Ooh. I'd like cauliflower ceviche. I like some vegetarian dishes and vegan dishes. I eat meat and stuff, but like I also like a lot of vegan and vegetarian dishes. Probably because I don't eat enough vegetables, so a lot of times that, you know, if it's like a cooked vegetarian dish, I'm probably more interested. Cauliflower ceviche. I don't think I've ever had anything like that. That sounds very interesting. I recently had, what was it called? It was like a tomato, well, it was a spicy ahi thing, and then they had it over, or they used, sorry, tomato as the ahi part. Oh, unlucky. Lemon difficult. Okay, but you still get the picture. It is a very vibrant lime green. Food Fight is super bright. So that is the color. But the thing that I was trying to say is that recently I had, let's move all these polishes out of the way. I've got tons everywhere. I had like a, I guess it's like a vegan ahi, and they used a tomato and put like some kind of spicy mayo substitute sauce on it, and that thing was so good. Like, I wasn't thinking of it as like, oh, it's a good replacement for fish, more like it's just good food. So a lot of times like people ask me, oh, like, why do you want to eat that stuff if it's just like a meat replacement or something like that, or like if it so similarly resembles meat, or it doesn't taste like meat even though it looks like it and they call it that, blah blah blah, all those things. The way that it works for me in my head is that as long as it tastes, care what it is as long as it's delicious. That is what I'm interested in. If it has health benefits, that's even better. My coworkers know that I love eating soup, and I love eating soups that have like vegetables and meat in it. Sorry, did I tell you guys what this is? This is pistachio. Sorry, just kind of blanked out for a second, but yeah, I love eating things that have like a little bit of veggies, a little bit of like protein, and a little bit of carbs. So usually that means soup. I pretty much year round I could eat soup. And so my husband was like, "What? Why would you want hot pot? It's summer." And I'm like, "Because I just love soup." Oh man, lemon difficult is starting to happen. So this is the color Rhine, and it works beautifully on black and white. However, because it is a darker color, we wouldn't recommend you stamping it over a really dark polish, because again, dark and dark don't really contrast very well. You want light and dark, or, you know, like a mid-tone, so that way there is more contrast. The next color we're going to do is Greenhouse. But I am definitely open to trying like different types of food. I really like Indian food. My husband cooks a lot of Indian or Thai. We also cook a lot of like Asian food, so our kitchen is stocked for Japanese, Korean, not Chinese, because that just requires so much different like spices and herbs that we don't have. We cook American stuff, Italian stuff, but I'd say like, yeah, that's a lot of it. So this is greenhouse. And as you can see, it looks beautiful over black and white, but obviously there is more contrast with white. So this is one of Tiana's favorite colors. The last three are going to be Lily Pad, Crisp, and Pine. So we're almost there. Thank you everyone for being so patient and just having nice chat with me about dinner ideas and sharing all of your meals with me. Gosh, I wish I could have been there because I am super hungry. So we're doing Lily Pad next. Do you all have a favorite recipe you like to cook? Like, what is your go-to dish? If you're lazy and at home and you don't really want to make too many dishes, because I know that everyone's got like a secret dish like that. That's the, my spinach jam pasta is like my lazy dish. This is Lily Pad, again, beautiful color, but these colors, darker colors, don't look the best on a dark base. Tuna casserole, wow, very interesting. Total lazy dish, chicken and noodles, coconut lime chicken. What? Coconut lime chicken sounds complex. I would love to hear all about that coconut lime chicken. That sounds very interesting. Baked ziti. Crisp is our next color. I don't even know if I've ever had ziti before. Some very interesting combinations. Tacos. Oh, pastry chef Monica, you won the jackpot there. That would be so dangerous for me. I like lemon pepper chicken. I also absolutely love a good pastry. Like, that is my drug of choice. I'm not too much into like, well, I do like some candy, but for the most part, I kind of don't like sweets that much. Like, okay, it's not that I don't like sweets. I'm just kind of particular about the type of sweets I eat. I don't like things that are super sugary. So for example, Skittles, that kind of like stuff is not my jam. But I love things like a good pastry or like a good cake. I'm not gonna want to eat some like junky donut like that's got, you know, I don't know, M&Ms and chocolate swirls all over it, but like a really well-baked pastry is my jam. Oh, oops. Well, again, you can see here it is obviously a very dark color, and on black, of course, it's so dark it almost disappears on the black. There, maybe at a different angle too. Sometimes I think because of the light, it makes it hard for you all to see because of the reflection. But if we move it there where the light isn't shining directly over it, you can kind of see it better on the black. But again, would not recommend. And the very last color is pine. So you all have been so amazing and so patient with me, just, you know, chilling, and I really appreciate it. Let's clean this off. Yes, Lori, that would definitely make a nice base color. What is soyve? I don't know what that is, Monica. That sounds very interesting. So this is pine. This is a the very, very pretty emerald green that we were talking about earlier, and it stamps well over black and white. Again, obviously the white, you can see much better contrast. Oh, it's a sauce. We can find it here at a local. Okay, so yeah, soy sauce is like another term for it is shoyu, I believe. But I don't know if that's like a local thing. What would be my favorite green? I wish I was in Texas to eat all these delicious foods you all are talking about. I'm so hungry. But also, like, the Maniology team, we're notorious for constantly talking about food like 24/7. There's a lot of plates that we have that have a lot of food on it. I feel like there's a lot of polishes that are named after foods. That's always the joke, that we're always like talking about food and craving food. Also, look at all these pretty greens all mixed together. It's kind of fun. So, my personal favorite green. Oh, that's a hard question. Visually, I love looking at sour apple. This is one of our newer greens, and it's so pretty, especially when I'm like swatching it today. I'm really enjoying this color. However, the green that I constantly reach for and that I use a lot, greenhouse. I use this green so much for so many things. Sometimes I'd say even pine I use a lot, especially if I'm doing like, for example, like a scenic design where there's trees or something like that. I'd probably reach for pine. For yeah, most scenic things is pine. And then greenhouse, I don't really use it for like scenic stuff, but it's just a pretty color that works with a lot of different things. It looks great with gold, it looks great with copper, it looks great with gray, nude, black, white. I mean, the list can go on. Yes, sour apple definitely does feel like a candy. Like, it looks delicious. I want to eat this color. So those are probably the colors, or these two colors are probably the colors that I reach for the most out of the greens. However, I do like how pretty this is. Also, another color I use quite a bit is Spanish moss. I'd say that these three are probably the ones that I use the most out of all the greens that I'm constantly reaching for. Spanish moss is such a lovely color. It's like right in the middle. It's just not too light. It's not too dark. It's not too gray. It's fabulous. Wait, pork rinds? What? I don't think I've ever had a pork rind, to be honest. Sounds like it'd be good, though. Someone said, oh, Lori said that pasture and pine are her favorites, and sage is your favorite. I don't think we have sage here, which means if you have sage, keep it, because there's a high chance that means it might have gotten discontinued. So that's very, very lucky that you have it. Monica says she doesn't like pork rinds as a snack. I don't think I've ever tried a pork rind. I'd be interested in trying one. I like crispy pork. Anyways, again, thank you so much for joining us and having a fun little food conversation. Again, I'm sure we will talk about food much more in our upcoming lives, especially if I have to do like the blue swatched colors. That is going to be such a long live. We have so many blues, so I'm sure we'll have another long chat about the different foods we love to eat, because it's fun. Look at all the greens that we have. Makes you green with envy. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, and I hope you have an amazing week. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.